We're here at the Manchester Radisson Hotel, the epicenter of politics today, and we're here with former governor of Louisiana, former member of Congress, and candidate for president, Buddy Roemer, somebody you have to hear from. Governor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you again. All right, we don't have many people who speak truth to power like you do. And it was a fantastic interview yesterday on the morning show with Jeff Santos, and we're repeating that again today. But I want to tell people who are around the world who can tune into revolutionboston.com and see you and talk about some of these issues. You own a bank.
I do.
You started it.
I did. I'm the founder.
Founder. Tell us a little bit about that and how that is hopefully part of the future of how America goes about doing it, as opposed to the Bank of Americas and the city banks, et cetera.
It's a de novo bank, and in banking terms, that means we didn't buy an existing bank. We started from ground zero. Our principle was we were for profit, but we put our clients first. It's called a blue ocean bank, okay? I'm giving you the inside terms of how to build a bank. We started with about $30 million in capital that we raised from individuals throughout the bank's area, and we began to build the bank, and 5 years later, it's over $1 billion with nearly $100 million in capital. We didn't foreclose on a single mortgage holder or a single small business. We thought it was better for the bank's profit if it restructured the debt. So as the recession started, we met with each one of our customers, thousands of them, spent a lot of time and effort to restructure their debt. They survived. We survived. We never had a lost quarter, and we didn't get any bailout money from the federal government. I'm telling you, if you do it right, if you put the clients first, if you give them help and a business plan, everybody wins.
Well, I tell you, I think it's an important piece. I think it's a piece that is critical if how we go forward. Regardless who's president, we need your kind of insurgent message here that I think talks about small banks. We talk about it in Massachusetts, where we're based, in community banks. The state treasurer there, Steve Grossman, has pushed money from the state into community banks to try to push this together. How can we make it a network of de novo banks, and how this can become a bigger part of every state?
Well, your program's part of it, just spreading the information that it can be done. Let me take a second and talk about Blue Ocean. Blue Ocean's an airline like Southwest Airlines where you can't rent a seat. You can only buy the plane. And you first come, first serve.
Sure.
What do they gain from that? They lowered their operating costs by 22%. That's the number of people that assign seats in other airlines. Southwest lowered their cost and they gave it to their clients. And so they're one of the lowest cost air tickets in the world, and they have a rapid transit by the airport hour after hour after hour. You know what their motto is? Their competition is the automobile, not other planes. It's a blue ocean, a Circus du Soleil.
Right.
It's a blue ocean. You go to the circus and there are no animals. There are no popcorn. There's no sawdust. You have to rethink business. And America needs to do that at the top and the bottom. It needs to rethink business. Here would be my 3 points. Small business first. Not GE, they're a good company, they'll take care of themselves. They got plenty of lobbyists. But small business women and men have no lawyers, no lobbyists. They need deregulation and a chance to grow jobs. Number 2, energy independence. We need manufacturing in this country. We need an available source of environmentally clean energy. That's natural gas. Now, there are dangers here. I think we can work around them. I have experience. Fracking, below 5,000 feet, it's clean. Let's do it right. And then number 3, we need fair trade. Our trade imbalance is $500 billion a year. We have lost Canada in the last 15 years. We've lost an economy the size of Canada by giving it away to unfair traders like China. It's time to level the playing field and get Canada back.
We're talking with Governor Buddy Roemer here on revolutionboston.com, soon to become revolutionradionetwork.com. And we are talking with somebody who, again, deserves your attention. BuddyRoemer.com?
BuddyRoemer.com, and Roemer is Roemer.
Not in end of the interview yet. I think it's too important for us not to go into some other issues.
Sure.
You mentioned energy, and you mentioned natural gas.
Yes.
We're big advocates of wind. I look at our friends in Germany. They have put a lot of money. Denmark, 22% electricity generated by wind. Solar, they're off the grid in 2050, off of all fossil fuels, off of nuclear power by 2022. That sort of roadmap, in your vision going forward, does the United States have to enact a plan similar to another economy that's very strong, still makes a profit going forward? Your thoughts?
We need an energy policy. I mean, you and I are not going to write it today, but we know it will include certain pieces. Alternative energy, conservation, higher standards for usage, coordinated efforts. It's going to take some natural gas. We are different than Norway or Germany in our composition, but we have the same goal: cleaner energy, affordable supply of energy, and the use of modern technology. I think we need all our alternatives. It's going to conclude oil for the next 15 years, but for the next 25 years, it'll be natural gas. We use 20% uranium-driven energy now, nuclear energy. That can lower over time. You know what we ought to do in the meantime? We ought to open Yucca Mountain. It's approved. We spent $19 billion there getting ready. Germany does it. France use them as an example. They use vitrification to store their nuclear fuel. We are unsafe in nuclear now. You know where we store it? At each plant. That is the worst. Now here's my point.
Okay.
We're going to debate what the composition of the energy policy should be. That'll be a healthy debate, okay?
Sure, right.
I like that.
Yeah.
But we need an energy policy.
No doubt.
We're the only nation out of all those you named that does not have an energy policy. And here's where we are. We are addicted to foreign oil.
No doubt.
It's a disgrace.
That's the issue. Now, whether it's Landrieu or the other senators and members of Congress, the governor in Louisiana, big oil producing next to Texas, the whole thing.
Right.
How do we get people to say, look, we can move forward. No one's going to go bankrupt. No one's not going to have a job. We can move the process. I mean, I had the American Petroleum Institute on yesterday. He said, we're putting a lot of money into this. The fact is, alternative energy, wind, solar.
Right.
I said, well, you can do more.
Right.
There's no reason you can just. I don't see it on TV.
Starting. It's not time to look. Here's how you do it. You ask their opinion. Those who know about their product need to be brought into the discussion. I mean, I'm into wind, I'm into solar, I'm into geothermal, I'm into all these alternatives, but we need to think of how they fit in a policy. I would start with Daniel Yergin. You know Daniel Yergin, the expert in Washington, D.C. and in Boston, who wrote a book about oil 20 years ago called The Prize. It won the prize as the best book of the year. I would include people like that to organize the debate and the discussion on energy policy. It means jobs, it means independence, it means changing our foreign policy. Do you like sending Marines on oil duty? No, it's outrageous. And the only way to stop it is for a president to lead on energy. And the first step is to listen.
So right. Buddy Roemer, somebody that you need to hear from. Once again, BuddyRoemer.com, Roemer. This is fantastic. We're going to have this guy on throughout the 2012 season. I wish you all the best. Thank you for your fight. Thank you for your honesty. All the best.
Thank you. See you again.
See you again.
Okay,
Thanks
bye-bye.
again. Bye-bye.